Hi, it's Debbie from Creatively Yours and welcome to my 50th Flosstube video. That's reason for a celebration, but 50th. It's the 4th of February and it's Tuesday and it's my day off. So I'm filming today. Welcome. If you are new, welcome. I hope you enjoy. And if you are returning, thank you so much for returning to my videos, and yeah, I really appreciate it. As of this morning, I was looking at my numbers on YouTube and I reached 1500 subscribers. So yay, I have no words. When I started out with Flosstube, I was already happy with 100 viewers. And 1500, that's a lot. And yeah, I really appreciate it. And if you are not a subscriber yet, I really hope and wish you would hit the bell and subscribe. And yeah, I would really love it. I will do a giveaway when I reach the 2000 mark. Yeah, let's see how fast the 2000 is going to be. So welcome. Let's start. I would like to start with some questions I had on my previous video. I did a tutorial, not a tutorial, there was already a tutorial. I did a show and tell on how I dye my fabrics. If I can do this, I don't know for sure. I will link it up there in an iCard. I'm not sure if I can do it, but I will try my best. And if you haven't watched that video, I would like you to watch it. And I had a couple of questions about my dyeing my fabric. The first question was, how do I dry my fabrics once they are dyed? Do I use the oven or just dry them on air? The way I dry my fabrics is on air. I don't regularly use the oven for that. When I dye with coffee and tea, I will use the oven. I'm not sure why, but that's what I do. And when I use the powder dyes from Dillon, I will just hang them out to dry, and yeah, that's the way I do it. And the other question I had about that is there a difference between dyeing on polyester fabric? I'm not sure who uses polyester fabric, or cottons. Yes, there are tremendous amounts of differences between fabrics, even with Aida or even weaves or linens. The dyes, sorry, itchy nose already. We are 3 minutes in and we're there already. Yes, there is a tremendous amount of difference. Yeah, every time you use a different kind of fabric, it takes the dye differently. I'm not sure, I haven't stitched or dyed fabrics of polyester, but if you do, I'm not sure if the dye even takes it at all, because I think it's going to be a little bit slippery, I think. I'm not sure, but cottons, Aida, even weave, linen, yeah, every type of fabric takes the dye differently. So yeah, I just would like to encourage you to try it out yourself. It's really easy. The jar is doing all the hard work. The only thing you have to do is mix up a dye lot and pour it over your fabric in your jar. And yeah, just watch my video, and I can do this, but I already did it, so I'm not sure why I did that. Or watch the tutorial, the real tutorial by Carrie of the House of Floss and Fluff. She did the first jar dyeing method, and that's where I got it from. So those were the questions for this week. The last video I forgot something to mention. The wonderful twins of Twin Peak Primitives are doing it again. They are coming back in September of this year for Dutch Mania 2020. And I was at work and I had no clue this was coming up. I was just working, had a really busy day. My phone, I didn't silence my phone, but I had a tremendous amount of ping, 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 ping. And I didn't look at it because I was working, and I just thought I will look at it when I get home. And then I got home and was messaged by several people. Dutch Mania is there again and you should go, and Alice should go. Hi Alice. And I was like, what? Okay, that was all what the fuss was all about. And at first I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's 2 days and it's not as expensive as normal retreats, but it's still an amount of money, and I wasn't sure at that time. I called Alice immediately, and she didn't know it either, so we were talking about it, and we were convinced we were not going this year. We said, no, we're not going to do it. We can use the money otherwise. So, but somewhere here on my shoulder was a voice saying, Debbie, you should go. It's, how many times is there going to be this type of event, and you are going to have so much fun? And so I was really doubting, and I said to Alice, wait, before we make a decision to not go, I am going to call you back after dinner. I am talking about it with my boyfriend, and I will get back to you after dinner, and we will make a decision then. I would like to have the opinion of my boyfriend, how he thinks, how he feels about it. So long story short, my boyfriend came home from work, and I immediately said, I have something to I need your opinion about. So I told him about Dutch Mania 2020, and he immediately, without hesitance, said, you should go. So I'm going, and so is Alice. So wonderful. I can't wait to meet everybody again who was there the last time in December, and Pam and Steph, of course, and Stacy 911 Stitcher, and everybody else who is coming, Jantina and Jemima and Lydia. And there are 2 guys involved right now. Scott Stitches in Spain. Hi Scott. And Crescent Moonraker on Instagram. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but those 2 are coming to the retreat as well. So I'm thrilled. I'm happy about that. I think it's wonderful. So the more the merrier, right? So if you are going to Dutch Mania 2020, I will see you then. I am so excited about it. That's Dutch Mania. Then the last video I was talking about a sample stitch I was working on, and I couldn't tell you about it because it was a sample stitch and I hadn't had the green light to tell you about it, but now I have. So I'm going to reach over, and there was a Instagram post from Studio Koekoek. And this is a Dutch website which contains cross-stitch fabrics, patterns, name it, they got it. All own designs, not Dimensions or Lanarte or anything like that. They have their own designs, and they had a calling for sample stitchers. So I reached out to them and I told them I would really like to sample stitch one of their pieces for the cross stitch fair later this month, I believe, or beginning of March. I'm not sure. I'm not going. So, and they reached out to me and said, yes, of course. And what would you like to stitch? Would you like to stitch a very big piece, because it's due to return to us on the 31st of January, and it was the half of January already. So I said, let's make it a small piece. So they sent me a small piece, which was already in their collection, but wasn't stitched up until now, because I did it. I am going to show you what it looks like when it's finished. And it's the marathoner, or as I call it, binge watcher, because this is me. This is me. I'm a Netflix fan. I can't live without Netflix. So this is, I love this. It was done on 14 count Aida and contained a lot of half stitches, quarter stitches, back stitching, but I loved it. I finished it in, I think, 3 days or 3 evenings after work, and sent it back already, of course, because it was due the end of January. So I sent it back, and I am going to show you some pictures of how it looked when I stitched it. So they're going to be here. Loved it. I really loved it. I already received confirmation they had it back and they loved it, and they are going to prep it for the cross stitch fair. And yeah, I really liked doing this. Maybe in the future we will do this again. But they also found out I had a Flosstube channel, so they asked me, and I don't know if you are waiting on this or but I'm honest, and I would like to give you some information. I'm linking the website below. They provided me with a affiliate link, so if you use my link in the description box below to visit their website and purchase some cross stitch items, yeah, I'm an affiliate, so I will earn some money for it. That's just honesty from my part. So if you would like to do that, you can. You're not obligated to do it, but loved the website, loved the designs. It's not at first glance my cup of tea, but they have a lot of cute and wonderful designs, so check them out. That was Studio Koekoek. Then I in the last video told you about a website I found out here in the Netherlands, hobbydoityourself.nl. I'm linking it below again. I got a coupon code which is Debbie20, and that gives you 20% off your first purchase. And I was just curious about bead embroidery and ordered a bead embroidery kit and a Luca S design, because that was on my wish list. So long story short, I started the bead embroidery. I didn't know if I liked it, but I just started it, so I'm going to show you. Let's see if I have a, yeah, design finish. It's Tanzanian Flowers. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I thought it was very springy, and that was the design I chose. And I started it, and yeah, I really liked it. I like to bead. It's a stiffery canvas, and I started out on the pink flower, and yeah, really like to do this. this is going to be a between stitches project, and yeah, I can't wait to see how it looks when it's finished with all the beads. So that's wonderful. And what I have to say about this, they contacted me again. They said in the month of February, this month, they have 25% off all bead embroidery kits. So if you would like to try it out, you can. So yeah, check their website. It's in the description box. But I love to do this. So yeah, had a lot of fun trying this out. Then I received finally the Luca S kit. It came really fast. They had to order it because they didn't have it in stock. So I received it, and it's this one. It's really red, but I like it. I think the designs look really crisp, and yeah, it's called, how is it called? I'm not sure, but I thought it was something about apples and peonies, red apples and peonies, I think, by Luca S. And I can't wait. Erin, to Martini Stitcher, asked in her last video if there were people who would like to start something on Leap Day, because it's once in a 4 year, and it's nice to start something on that date, because next year you don't have a 29th of February. So I'm not sure if I'm going to start this one because it's big again, or I'm going to start a little ornament or something, but I'm going to start something on Leap Day. But this is going to be on my immediate radar. It's wonderful, and it's a full kit with all the flosses inside, and they provided me with 20 count Aida. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use the Aida or if I'm going to substitute it with my own fabrics. I'm not sure, but love this. So then I made a mess already. Onto the whips. Yeah, onto the whips. Yeah, in the last video I showed you my fabric I dyed for the linen and threads sampler stitch along for this year, and the gray fabric, and yeah, long story short, I started it. I couldn't help myself anymore, so I started it. I'm going to show you what I have. I started with the first part, of course, and I'm using the Sulky greens, and this is unfortunate, but I can't help it. I love it. I love working with the Sulkies. They don't knot, they don't fray. It's wonderful to work with, and I love the colors. And I'm going to just randomly put some greens next to each other, so I think it's going to be wonderful. And yeah, this is my start. I hope it's showing up, because yeah, the colors aren't popping as I would have hoped, but I love it. And I'm going to be finishing the first part of this stitch along. Then the next whip, it's my Sunday project, and it's a Perfect World by the Scarlett House. It's on my WipGo board, and my goal for this year is to finish the entire border, which is a lot, but we're getting there. And let's see, I'm going to show you how far I've gotten last Sunday. Oh. This is what I have so far. I almost finished the half of the first border, and this is also one of my 24 hours acrostic projects, so I'm not sure how much stitches I did. I believe it was 489. And yeah, I really love this. And it's stitched on 28 count white mustard by XJuDesign with Victorian Mottos and DMCs. And yeah, I'm loving this piece and would like to see it finished this year, so we'll see. Then my Saturday project is Touching the Autumn Sky by Mirabilia. I have this on loan by Nolene, expat stitcher, and she is coming to Dutchmania as well. She confirmed, and something inside me is saying, please finish this one before September, so I can give the pattern back in Roden. Fingers crossed if I can do that. But it's worked on every Saturday, and I had a lot of progress last Saturday. Let's see. This is what I have so far. I worked my way onto this part of the dress. I really like the shading of Mirabilia's. It's gorgeous. I really enjoy working on this one. It's a gorgeous design, and I am so fortunate to have such a wonderful friend who will lend me this pattern. So yeah, this is what I did last Saturday, and next Saturday I will be working on this part, I think, or this part. I would like to fill it up. So let's see if I can finish this before September. I'm stitching this one on 28 count Jobelan, hand-dyed by me with Bahama Blue, and I'm using the gold 4 DMCs. And there goes my needle. That happens a lot. Hold on. Then on my WipGo board for January, I had two projects. The first one was playing with jacks. I finished it. I showed you in my last video. And the second project was December in the Netherlands, which was number 12 on my WipGo board. This is what it looks like when it's finished. And I really love this design. I did a lot on this one because last week I came home from work with the flu. I didn't know what was happening. I got some shivers at work, and I thought to myself, why am I having shivers? And I was clicking my teeth. I'm not sure how to call that in English, but I was really cold, and I came home and I got worse and got a very high fever just out of the blue. So I called in sick the next day because I was nowhere near to be working. So I called in sick, and the first day I didn't do anything. I just laid on the couch with multiple blankets to get warm, and just in between sleeps, because I slept a lot, watched Netflix, and yeah, that's what I did. And the second day I was getting a bit better. The fever wasn't as high as the day before, so I could stitch a little bit, and the day after that I could stitch a lot. So I was working on this one, and my goal on my WipGo board is to finish this one, but I haven't finished this one. It's on my WipGo board multiple times, so I'm sure I can finish it. But this is what I did. It's a lot from the last time you saw it. I totally finished this part and a part of the border. I really love this. I am so enjoying this. I'm stitching this one on 28 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. I got this piece of fabric from Stacy 911 Stitcher, and yeah, I really like this. I can't wait to get back to this one, and it's on my acrostic, so let's see. Then we got 2 new numbers for February for WipGo. So those were the numbers 23 and 3. My number 23, which I will be working on today, is Celebrate Halloween by Madame Chantilly. I bought this at Dutch Mania, at the Handwerk Boutique. And if you haven't seen it already, Annemiek, the owner of the Handwerk Boutique, the LNS in the Netherlands, made her first Flosstube video. So that's, I was reading her newsletter from the Handwerk Boutique, and there she mentioned she did a Flosstube video. So I squealed and immediately went over to YouTube and subscribed and watched it immediately. She did a great job, and I'm linking her channel below. Please go and look at her. She has wonderful personal projects. She is filming from her shop, and yeah, her English is perfect. So if you haven't watched her already, you should. So Annemiek, this one's for you. Yeah, Celebrate Halloween is number 23 on my WipGo board. And my goal is to finish the tier I'm working on. And this is what I have so far. And I need to put something behind it again. And yeah, the last time you saw it, I did a lot. I am stitching this one on 28 count Jobelan, hand dyed by me, with emerald. And I really love how this turned out. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And yeah, let's see if I can do it from this angle. Yeah, I will be firstly stitch up this pumpkin and work my way over to the other side. So this is the first one, focus piece I will be focusing on and stitching on. So you will see how far I've gotten in my next video. And then the other project is, and it's really wrinkly because I need to iron it, but I didn't have the time. It's number 3 on my WipGo board, and this is Templar Prophecy, or aka Mika's Prophecy. Let's see, this is not working out, Debbie. This is what I have so far, and my focus is to finish this start of a dragon, and I think I will manage that. I am using Darling by Miss Ucedas, which is a wonderful silk, and this doesn't do it justice. So yeah, it's gorgeous, and the fabric is a 20 count even weave, which I dyed with beige, and I am doing this one 1/1 with Darling. So in the end it's going to be 40 count. So yeah, Templar Prophecy, and that's slotted in for later this month. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say. This time around it's going to be a shorter version, and yeah, that's it. I'm going to clean up and going to go into the city because I need to post something, and I need to have some groceries, and I'm going to edit this video, I'm going to stitch and do my laundry. So my day is filled already. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it if you would like to comment and like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in about 2 weeks. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.